Our today's topic is pedigree analysis. Again, our today's topic is pedigree analysis. Here, basically, this is just an analysis based on Mendelism. So somehow, pedigree directly follows the laws of inheritance of Mendel. I hope you do remember that the three laws which we have discussed in the previous lesson, you are remembering the three laws. They are called as the law of dominance, law of segregation, and law of independent assortment. Okay. Now, this pedigree analysis was given by Galton. Pedigree analysis was given by Galton. Now, if I'll be dealing with the definition, that pedigree is basically a record of inheritance of genetic traits for generations. Somehow, let's say 2 or more generations. Specifically, that is for 3 generations. So, it is a genetic trait record for 3 generations, let's say, presented in the form of diagram or a family tree. So basically, the study of pedigree analysis is called as genealogy. It is called as genealogy. Please deal with the case. It can be represented by a family tree, which I will be explaining you in the next slide. Here, first thing, you should be knowing there are some codes to study the pedigree analysis, and I am decoding all of them for you today. If there is a circle that indicates, if there is a square that indicates a male, if there is a circle that indicates a female, if the square is filled, this will be showing you affected male, and if the circle is filled, it is affected female. If there is a line between the square and the circle, it shows about the marriage of those. And if there are 2 lines between the square and the circle, which shows marriage between cousins, or what we call as consanguineous marriages. Now, have you ever wondered that you are having some kind of problem in metabolic disorders in you, and the same metabolic disorder is present in either of your parent and still in the grandparents or great grandparents as well? Nowadays it is not common, but still, when someone will be developing diabetes, they will be directly going to the doctor, and the doctor will be asking, is there any family history having diabetes in your family? Either your mother or the father is having diabetes, or even the grandfather or the grandmother. If yes, they will be making a chart something like this. I'll be explaining you about the pedigree disorders either in the dominant form or in the recessive form. The first thing, in case of the dominant form, the disorders in the dominant form is, this is the first generation. As I have told you here that this is the case of the marriage. So again, going for the case, here I am just marriage has taken place, but still the female is affected here. You can easily show, you can check it out that the female is affected here. And in the next generation, they are combinedly having how many children? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are having 5. This square is not their children. This square is not their child. Rather, this is called as outsider. Now, among these 5 offspring, they are having first son affected, third daughter affected, and the 5th daughter affected. Again, in the 3rd generation, the daughter is marrying with a normal guy, and they are having 3 daughters. And among these 3 daughters, again the last daughter is affected. So if you are checking it out, in case of the dominant, I'll be explaining the recessive as well. Then I'll be going for the difference and how to identify that the given pedigree chart is dominant or recessive. So I'm dealing with the recessive now. In case of the first generation, both of them seem to be normal. The couple is having 3 sons. The first is normal, the third is normal, but the second is affected. Let's say this third one is marrying with a normal looking female. Again, they are having 3 daughters. In the 3rd generation, the first daughter is affected, the second and the third are not affected. Now, Here if you want to go for, I'll be just drawing this somehow like this. Again, this affected to this, affected to this, affected to this. Again, this affected to this, affected to this. This. Something like I can make directly aligned. So in this case, you can observe that in each generation there were affected people present. I repeat, in each generation there were affected people present. But in case of the recessive, the first generation is not having any affected, second is having, third is again having. But in case of the second, their parents are not affected. So ultimately not affected, then affected. So this is the case of the recessive. In this recessive type of pedigree, here recessive type of inheritance, generations are skipped. Sometimes if you will be observing, some of both the parents are looking normal, but still their children are affected, which means capital A small a and the capital A small a. So the 25% chance of small a, and this is that 25. Again the same case is here, the 25% of this affected. So please remember, if you are dealing with the dominant epistasis, this affected, then again affected, then again affected, which means no skip of generation. I repeat, no skip of generation will be giving you dominant disorders. But in case of the recessive disorder, generation skipping takes place. I repeat, generation skipping takes place. This is the case basically. If you are dealing with again pedigree analysis, please deal accordingly, the dominant and the recessive. Now there are two types of inheritance basically. They are called as autosomal and X-linked. Again, autosomal and X-linked. I will be calling them as A and X. In case of the X-linked inheritance and in case of the autosomal inheritance, what happens or what is the basic difference between them? In case of the autosomal inheritance, here if you are having, here like in case of the autosomal, regardless of the sex, I repeat, regardless of the sex, like the either of the sex, either be it a son or a daughter, the disorder will transfer. Like you can like observe here, like the mother is transferring the disorder to son as well and disorder to their daughter as well. So this autosomal is directly regardless of sex, it is directly transferred. But in case of the X-linked, in case of the X-linked disorder, the case is somehow different. In the X-linked, it is called as crisscross. The crisscross inheritance. Father always transmits the disorder to the daughter, whereas mother always transmits the disorder to the son. I repeat, in the X-linked disorders, father always transferred to the daughter, whereas the mother always transferred to the son. Please do remember these cases. Like in case of the dominant, X-linked dominant, the father will be directly transferring to the daughter. And in case of the autosomal dominant, father can transfer to daughter as well, father can transfer to son as well. But in case of the X-linked recessive and the autosomal recessive, here this is the case of autosomal recessive, because we don't know which one is having the defect, or maybe both of them are having a small a. So here like the son is affected, but again a daughter is affected, so we cannot go for. So this is autosomal recessive. This is called as autosomal dominant, because regardless of the sex, mother has transmitted to both of them, to the daughter as well, to the son as well. Hopefully this lecture is clear with you now. You do know about the pedigree analysis now. Please deal with, if you are having any kind of question or any misconception about the topics, you can ask me in the comment sections. Thank you very much. Hopefully this session is very beneficial for you. All the very best for your examinations. Do qualify in the first shot. Thank you very much.